Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. Do you know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Okechukwu Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. Do you know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Okechukwu Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. Do you know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Okechukwu Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheilo BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. Do you know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Okechukwu Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please.
Hello. Welcome to the Economy Today on KAFTAN TV. It's a pleasure having you as always, and we'll be glad to say that we are glad to say that at a time like this, it's a celebration mood that we know is all over the land. And so, well, in that spirit, we say Baraka de Sallah to our Muslim brothers and sisters celebrating Eid-al-Fitr. Okay, the economy today is what we have come to talk about. What is it like? How is the economy of the nation? How does it affect the things we have? How does it affect the celebration that is on ground? How do we feel about the economy? And what effect has it got on us? So this day we're saying the economy as it affects the celebration we have, Sallah. The economy of Sallah, if you like. We want to find out more about such things. Okechukwu is my name. I am here, and may I let you know that this day we'll start with discussion before we get to our reports and Vox Pop. Then we'll also look at the things we find in the newspaper, a bit of it, the one that has to do with the economy. And in fact, let me do first of all that, just to let you know, even as people have seen the start of the Nation newspaper, that at the beginning it has the main thing there is ongoing reforms will lead to stronger economy, says Tinubu. Anything that will lead to making our economy stronger and better is what we want to talk about here, because the fact is that we want to see how we can, now that we have the national anthem come back to the old one, we also want to have to see how our economy will be brought back the way it used to be. Remember when we had 1 naira equal to the dollar? So we could have such things, I hope, since we've been able to get the other one, get the national anthem back. May God help our leaders that the economy will return to what it used to be. I know it's an onerous task. It's a difficult thing to say and to do, but then it's possible. It's something that is doable as far as there is discipline fiscal discipline on the part of the people who are financial discipline on the part of those who are in authority. So I believe that the difficulties that may have been encountered today, even as the president had mentioned many times, that he hopes that he's giving us a renewed hope that by the time we stay for a while, we'll return to what we used to have. I hope it will happen. But this day, we think and talk how it has affected the Sallah that is on now. The economy really affected it, and all around things that we'll discuss. It's also part of what you see in our report today, and a bit of it on the Vox Pop. But right now, may I invite my colleague, a journalist, a friend, a brother, who is versed in the economy of the land and discussion of the economy. He's an all-rounder that he'll be able to talk with me, and we'll share the things that have to do with this economy, especially this Sallah period, how it has happened, that in case you do not know, that we got to see a ram that went for 1 million naira. Let me welcome my guest, John. John, it's a pleasure having you here. To say that, to have you, as I said the last time you were here, that you return. So you have returned. Let's talk and get to understand the economy of the land as it affects Sallah, or Sallah as it affects the economy. Which one do you prefer?
Well, first of all, greetings to you, okay, and also to Nigerians out there, and Barakat Sallah, Barakat the EID-KABIR, to our Muslim brothers. And today is public holiday, and it extends to tomorrow, which means there will be a lot of time to celebrate despite the economic hardship. But aside, I think happiness is the goal here. So thank you for being part of the program. Yes, going back to your question, or whether it is the economy of Sallah or the Sallah of the economy or whatever it is, the fact remains that no one is finding it easy. And even when you are talking about a ram going for 1 million naira, you also understand that it is not for everybody. It's just for a select few. Because an ordinary Nigerian who may not be able to afford even a kilo of meat, which is now heading towards 7,000 in some places, so how would the person even raise money to buy even an ordinary or maybe an average ram, talk less of 100, 150, 200, 300, 400,000, then up to 1 million to get a ram. So I think it's still within the reach of the select few, but we are talking about the ordinary Nigerians who are in the majority, who are adversely affected by this crunch economic problem that Nigeria is facing today.
The economy as it affects the people. Talking about some people that will not even be able to get a kilo of meat. And as you said, it's about 7,000, 8,000 these days, getting to have a kilo. Well, we had some talk then. We will still talk about them as we go on. The fact is that it is so difficult for anybody, for most of those people. In actual fact, someone said it's only for those in government that this one that you're talking about that is 1 million will go for, because they themselves, that they will not even look that way, not to talk of buying them. The ones that went for as high as 1,800,000, 900,000, and talking about someone not being able to get to have a ram, get to have a kilo, and now it is this. How would it happen? Because I used to know that in the past, the ram went all around everywhere. That is, people, they will kill and share among people, that those who didn't have would even enjoy things from others who do have. But the way the economy of the land is today, I don't know whether it still happens. In actual fact, that's what I would have really... do you think it still happens, that people will still kill rams and go and send to the others who are friends, neighbors, and all? Well, from the area where I live, I have not seen it. That's why I'm asking. I used to see it, but I have not seen it this period. And I don't want to blame anybody, because of it's the economy that is the reason for which it has been seen. But what do you think?
Yes, I think there are still some people who might still afford these rams to buy them maybe in quantity and then share them for those who are less privileged or those who may not be able to purchase the ram because of the cost as it is at the moment. But no matter how one may want to talk about it, I think that it must have been reduced. Just like you said, I know that in the past, when you go around, you might just see these things happening around within the communities. But this time around, even personally too, I don't think I have come across such events happening around. But I know that even though if I didn't see, that doesn't mean that it's not happening. I believe that somewhere, somehow, there are still some people who may afford it, because we know that why some families are actually struggling to get something that might just be enough for them to do the celebration. Some other people too are, getting gifts because of their positions, because of their influence in the society, and because people actually want to get maybe some kind of maybe, will I call it, maybe services from them. We definitely come to give them rams, and if you go to the homes, you've seen 10, 20, and even more rams. So when you go to such families, you ask, or such houses, you're asking, all these rams that I'm seeing here, how many people are going to be eating it in the house? So so I feel that some of them too, they might want to share among the neighbors, because there are people that you go to their homes now, even as we speak now, even after because some people kill their rams, some might even kill today and more. You have a lot of people who have this based on their position in society. You know the way it is. Nigeria politics is about patronage, so people might want to come and patronize you because they feel that they are going to get something from a favor from you in the future. So they'll come and give you something. All these people in position, if you go to the homes now, ram everywhere. Why the ordinary people are not even getting anything? It is what normally has been happening. That is how the society is structured, but it's not the best for us as a society. Apart from this, it's always been that way. Those in authority get to have all these things. People will come and send such things and give to them so as to make sure that they'll be able to get some favors from them. So it's been normal with this country. But whatever happens, I believe it has gone down. It's not the way it should have been. It used to be that it is now. Now, why are all these happening? Is it not, don't you think it's because of this idea of dollarization of the naira? Making everything happen as a result of what the dollar is to, what the naira is to the dollar and all that. Even the importation of products, even the manufacture of products, everything. Is it not hinged on the level of dollarization of the naira? Well, yes, if you look at it again, some aspect of it, why some also are hinged on some of our internal economic problems, you understand? Why some are also hinged on the issue of exchange rate. So it depends on the product we're talking about. If you look at the economy too, Nigerian economy, you'll understand, and also with your physical eyes, that we import a lot. We import a lot, a huge proportion of what we use here in the country actually come from outside the country. And to do so, you have to pay in dollars. And when you pay in dollars, it's high. After paying for the services, paying for the goods across, you also have to clear it. The import duties and every other thing will go down there. And then maybe the haulage from the port of entry to the warehouses and everything. So at the end of the day, these costs are factored into the retail price for the end user. So it is the end user who now suffers these things. So every day, the more the exchange rate gap widens between the dollar and the naira, and not just the dollar alone, maybe other foreign currencies as well, the like pound, yen, the euro, sterling, and the rest of them. So the more we see the increase in the price of goods and services, those ones that come from outside the country. So it is normal. So but the less we depend on import and we look inward, we look into production, we strengthen the MSEs, strengthen the real sector, strengthen producers, manufacturers and everything, then you will see a drop in the price of goods and services in the country. And let me also let you know that Nigerians, despite all these problems, Nigerians are struggling. Nigerian manufacturers have been striving, you know, to make ends meet, to keep their heads above water. If you look at fashion today, most of the things that we wear today actually are Nigerian made. If you go to the market, if you go to beverages, cereals, all these things are actually manufactured there in this country. And sometimes you wonder, how do these people cope in the absence of power, in the absence of energy? You know, how do they cope? How do they cope? You wonder. That is why once they struggle to get these things out, the only way they can recoup their investment is to increase the price. And there's no end to it. It's a vicious circuit. That is why even within a day, within a single day, you could have about 3 or 2 increases.
Yes.
In the price of a commodity. You go to the market this morning, you buy something, by the time you return in the evening or in the afternoon time, that the price of that thing has gone up.
I think what has, I want to talk about that a bit and let you continue. You see, I've seen where in the market they are selling, then all of a sudden someone gives a call, makes a call, and the fellow that is there selling to the customers in the market will be told that the price of this has increased. You immediately change it there in the market and increase the price of what he is selling, not even waiting till the new one is brought. Yes, they're waiting to exhaust the first one. They wouldn't care. And I asked a question: why do you have to change it midway when you still have it already here? And he said, if I sell it at this rate, if I go back, I won't be able to buy it. So I better increase the price now so that I'll be able to have enough fund to take me back to get some and return. But I wonder, is this not being extreme? Because this is not really what it should be. But that's what we're seeing. It would have been best to continue with the one you have, finish, and go get another, check the price, and handle that one at that rate and at that cost. That we don't have it. That's by the way. Then the other one has to do with the manufacturing of products. You know, you just mentioned some of this. Yes, I know. Like Aba in Abia State, they manufacture wonderful pairs of shoes, they manufacture clothes and all that. In actual fact, that the things they produce in Aba, some of the things you see in markets and written made in Italy, made in Germany, made in France, made in all these other places. But these are the things that were produced in Aba, because I guess our people wouldn't like to have it because they said made in Aba or made in Nigeria. They want to be thinking of rising, getting it to be that they are foreign, they are conscious of foreign products, and they think and feel that the glory is in wearing the foreign materials than as it is with us here in Nigeria. So let's return to your talk about manufacturing. You know, they are still doing something, and there are costs that they need to pass through, go through to have before the products are brought forth. Yes, kudos to our manufacturers that they are trying here in the country. But I think a lot more still needs to be done. Like for the power sector to be made better for our people so that the cost of production will be brought down. That way, the cost of the products would also go down. And things like that. If the infrastructure, the roads were to be, if they had access roads, it would make things easier for them. Apart from the other one that is the known thing today of fuel subsidy removal that has led to big problem all over. Please, let's get to have your thoughts.
Yes, exactly. You know, sometimes managing the economy is not rocket science. Despite the fact that we might also want to get the professional economists who might plot the macro economic threshold upon which every other thing might just take its cue. But beyond that, I think it's a simple thing. And I expect those who are in authority, the policymakers, to understand this thing. You know, come down to the level of the people and look inward to understand what the issues are. We are just trying to say one or two things about solutions here. It's a simple thing, like you alluded to earlier. When you look at manufacturing, it's very, very important. When this country's economy was doing well, we had industries everywhere. The textile industry was the biggest employer of labor.
Yes.
Then, government was just employing like just a handful everywhere in Kaduna, in Asaba, everywhere. It was Texas,
Yes,
or
yes.
even in Onisha, the cotton mill in Onisha.
Asaba, yes.
Then
that of Kaduna.
Yes,
and that
but over the years, some time ago, I just passed through, I think it was Asaba Tex, and it was just like a monument of the past. Nothing was there again. I say time was when this place was a beehive of activities,
yes.
and people depended on this particular institution to live their life, to earn a living. But today it's no more. So why do we go down this way? Why do we go down this way? Because of the petrodollars. Everybody just want to sit down in a comfortable office and then use a pen and just make money out of it. Then out there we allow the industries to suffer, and today we are failing it. Now you go to the market and you're complaining that things are high. It's because those who manufacture these things are passing through hell to get these things to the market. Do you know the overhead cost of buying diesel? If not for the fact that Dangote refinery just came and then the diesel came down. Do you know at the time people were buying diesel for 2,000 naira per liter of diesel? How many liters of diesel will you use to run a factory for a day? Then you talk about overhead costs of paying people who work there, and then maintenance, and so many other things. So how would they cope? That is why some of the industries had to close down and then left this country to other countries where the conditions are better. So we expect government to look inward and start doing these things and leave all these new liberal economic tendencies that they are not bringing us anything. Every day we keep on hearing some of these big sounding economic languages, but they're not bringing anything to us. Come down and do the right thing. Get the power sector working. Why is it that Nigeria, as big as we are, over 200 million people, we are still dealing with 4,000 megawatts of electricity? How come that we are not dealing with 20,000, 30,000, 40,000? South Africa with just less than 60 million people, they have more than 50,000 megawatts of power. And some countries in Africa here, they even have excess power that they are looking for countries that they can share this in with.
Yes.
You understand? So what's the issue? Why can't we have our roads? Because we're talking about accessibility. Do you know that if the road from Abuja to Benue State is good, clean and clear, that people can drive here with their vehicles and go to Benue and buy yams? Because you go to Benue State now, these people it's a food basket of this country, but if you go there, you see food wasting. Do you know people have to move from here to despite all the risks to go to Benue to go and buy yam? And if you see Benue yam, something, but the same thing even from here to Cross River. How many hours? When you could go to Cross River and get plantain, but today in Abuja, do you know how much they sell a tuber of yam?
And that plantain you mentioned,
and plantain, look at Jos
to find it,
to get Irish potato. It's a case in this country now because of accessibility. So what is the issue? Why can't this things be done? Why can't this thing be done? Why can't the government do these things? Why can't the Abuja-Lokoja Express Road be fixed since 2006? Today the expressway is not done. Why can't we travel from here to Lagos without having, before you can go to Lagos now by road, be talking about 15 hours on the road because of how bad the roads are. So why can't this thing be done? So what then is the essence of government where they cannot fix infrastructure? Because if you have people who have vision as leaders, you understand, and once you come into government, you already have an idea of what you want to do for the people.
Yes.
But we are here going around the same vicious cycle year in, year out, the same story, the same thing, power, energy, fear, this and that, and the same story everywhere. Then government will tell you, oh, it's okay, don't worry, things will be fine. Where until everybody dies in this country before things will become fine?
I wonder. Thinking about this manufacturing still, you see that some people have even gone to another side of this story, that they are manufacturing companies quite all right, but because the cost of manufacturing things here has gone so high, then what they do is go to other countries. I don't want to mention any country. Go to the country that is outside and manufacture it where it is easy, then import it back into the country and sell. That way their names are maintained, but the fact is that the labor is lost here because our people become unemployed. The people that worked in their factories when they were effectively working will become unemployed, while they go outside the country. It's even cheaper, according to them, to import and sell. So they do that and save money on their own part while people suffer here. the government needs to look into all these and see how best these things will help. Because if they go out, if they import these products and they sell here, the fact that the loss of job for all those fellows who were working there affects the economy, because the few of them that are there are the ones that will think of how to help to save the families of those ones who are theirs. That is, they will have many more dependents. I pray that our people, especially the ones in authority, the government, will think about these things and look into these things and see how best they could do things to bring down the cost of manufacturing in Nigeria. And just as you said, it's not rocket science. Work on the power supply, work on the cost of diesel, work on the roads, so that it will be easy for these fellows who do the production to conclude their products and bring them out to the market. Even for the farmers, who are the ones we also mentioned earlier. If there is no access road to your farm, how would you send what you have out for others to see, to enjoy, to eat? In Benue, just as you mentioned, many tubers of yam get wasted, rotten, because of the fact that there is no way to move them out of that place for others to eat and enjoy. They are not producing for themselves alone because they can't take it all. But then we need to make, the government of the land needs to make it easy for them to transport these things into the markets in the cities, so as to get them the value of what they have done and be able to continue in the process of production. Well, we will still continue, but in a while we will return. Let's just take a break.
As the Sallah festival draws near, both dealers and buyers of rams are expressing concerns over the skyrocketing prices compared to last year. The KAFTAN television crew visited several major markets in Abuja to get a sense of the current market conditions.
Not that people are not willing to buy, they are willing to buy, but because the price is on the high side, they are finding it difficult to be able to patronize.
The ram I have here, I'm selling it for 170 and I bought it for 150. And then they still feeding. But then people are coming to price ram of 170 for 130, 125.
This one I sold this one at the rate of 350. The other one I sold at the rate of 200,000. Then the other one I sold it at the rate of 180, 150. Last year I sold it 180, 200.
I assure you can get a ram of that you can afford at least. From 100 to 150, 200, you can have a ram. Not necessarily going to 1 million, or we don't have a ram of 1 million here in this market.
Speaking to KAFTAN television, several dealers explained that the cost of transporting rams and the rising cost of animal feed have contributed to the significant price increase. One dealer mentioned that the prices have almost tripled since last year and it's becoming difficult to make sales.
I bought it at the rate of, let's say, 150, and I budgeted for 110,000. So the difference is high. Is high. We are disappointed. This country now, things are very high in terms of food. Though, for you to even get food to shop, now wahala. If you get money to buy small thing, maybe you take manage, you reach market, they will tell you say price don't high you. They even call from where they are buying to know if the thing don't high, so that they go increase their own. I beg, we are just begging our government that should help us.
It's the change of this, removing of this subsidy that bring all this problem with it. If government they will remove the subsidy, they can help us do something better than this. Let the price of petrol come down. Let the masses enjoy it. The big men people that are enjoying themselves, they don't concern all this harshly because they have the means. But we, the poor people, the masses, we don't have.
Buyers also shared their frustrations. One buyer noted last year he bought a medium-sized ram for 30,000 naira, but this year the same size is going for over 60,000 naira.
Please and please, we are begging our leaders, they should look into this matter. They should help us, please. Please and please, because God give them the power, they should help this country to move forward. They should know the solution of this problem.
Meanwhile, community leaders are urging people to find alternative ways to celebrate EID-KABIR without overspending. They suggest communal sharing and support for those who may not afford ram this year. As EID-KABIR approaches on Sunday, June 16, 2024, it is hoped that, despite the economic challenges, Nigerians will find ways to celebrate the festival with joy and unity.
Good to have you back. We still have a whole lot to talk about when it comes to the economy as it affects this Sallah celebration. You've seen for yourself about some of it. We will still bring more of this, really. But then, let's just look at it this way and say that in all, apart from this, after all, people didn't just eat only ram, you know. John Okoro is not only ram that they got there to eat. There were other things like tomatoes. Though tomatoes really is part of, we have that as part of what we will share with you when next we will gather here. But then let's talk a bit about it. The food that you prepare with which to eat the ram, is it even here?
It's not. We all know how it is, and for those of us and others who go to markets almost every week or every other day, you know, it's heartbreaking actually. No matter how much you have in your pocket, when you get to the market, that money will become almost as valueless as anything you can imagine. You know, what is it that you want to buy? Is it the rice itself? These days, it's almost out of reach of people to buy rice, whether you're buying in bags, half bag, or in mudu or cups. It's something else now. Currently now, locally produced rice that have become the mainstay in that particular sector is heading, some of them are actually up to 70,000 or beyond 70,000 as we speak now, between 70, 75 and 76, 77,000 as we speak.
That is to say that in actual fact right now that a bag of rice is becoming the price, the salary, 2-month salary of an average civil servant.
Exactly. And then if you go to Gari, for example, you know, okay, even before Gari, let me talk about beans, which used to be like, people saw beans as the commonest of food. No matter how bad it is, or it was, at least you should be able to afford beans. But this time around, beans has actually gone out of reach. As of yesterday, when I was in the market, brown beans was sold for almost 3,000 naira per mudu. In fact, in some places, the price of the mudu of beans has crossed 3,000 naira as we speak. And when you now talk about other things like semovita, you know, that people use for our traditional swallow, semovita is nowhere. You're talking about 15,000, 16,000 to buy a 10 kg of semovita. Then, you know, people also had to augment with the cassava flour they call alebo, and then the corn. You know, people mix corn and alebo together. Now,
yam flour.
No, not even. I'm not even talking about yam flour, which is amala. I'm talking about the flour, which is alebo, and then corn. People actually use that to augment for semo as it is. Because people cannot afford to buy semovita anymore because of the cost. So people now resorted to use alebo and then corn meal to mix together, which is also good. There's nothing wrong with it, it's very good. But that one too has also gone very far. Now, a mudu of corn meal, as we speak now, is 2,000 naira as of yesterday. Now, a mudu of cassava fufu, cassava flour, which is alebo, is now 1,000 naira. And you see, the rate of increment is what is scary. It's moving so fast. So the main problem here, because we can go on and on. I know Gari is something else, whether it is white Gari, whether it is soaking Gari for to drink Gari, whether it is the one for a bar, to, you know, the one that has ties that is good to swallow, and the one that you can, the one that can bite, the one that can slap, and you can use to soak. Even those ones, they're not affordable now. You know, before, for an average worker who doesn't have money to go and eat lunch, you will resort to buying the tie, the Gari that is tied, you can buy for 100 naira or 50 naira, then you go and buy granite of 100 naira, and then you buy pure water. But now, even that now, before you can soak Gari now in the site as a worker, 600 naira will not soak you. You can't soak a naira with 600 naira. As we speak now,
even the
in the site,
even the granite itself is no longer easy.
You can't even buy it. So the issue, why do we have to have these things increasing like this, like rockets, moving so fast in the speed with the speed of light? Why? Is there any way that those who are economic policymakers can stop this? Because it's going out of hand, my brother. It's going out of hand. A time will come, and the way this is, do you know that if something is done by December of this year, nobody will be able to buy rice. It will be hitting 100,000 naira to buy a bag of rice in this country. Yes. So and if you now factor it with the Sallah that is going on now, with oil, groundnut oil, palm oil, everything, Maggi, everything that you need is something else. It's something else in the market now.
And so that explains what I mentioned, that it's not easy to get food to move to other people, share with others these days. You try and think of, would it even be enough for my family? Well, in the spirit of celebration, we still remember, even as God has reminded of us, required it of us rather, demanded of us that we remember to help our brothers, especially the less privileged around us. So may we not forget that because of the difficulty of the time we are in. We know that these things are not supposed to have come into this country in the first place because Nigeria is so blessed with everything Nigeria needs. There is only one thing that Nigeria has not got. We have got every other thing. But that thing that that has been eluding Nigeria is leadership that can manage the economy of the land perfectly well. Every other thing is okay. We have wonderful, the personnel is excellent as far as Nigeria is concerned. Everything, the natural situations and conditions are powerful. We can do all season farming, all year farming in Nigeria. All these things are there for us. It's just that we have not had leadership that is keen on perfecting these aspects of life to ensure that the roads are in order, the infrastructure is put in perfect condition. If these things are done, Nigerians are not even among those who make too much noise, who demand so much from the people in authority. All they want is give us water, give us potable water, give us electricity, give us good road. If you can give us good hospitals, glory be to God. The rest, eat and go, no problem. Just give us these basic things, basic amenities of life. That's all we need. I wonder why it's so difficult to have it. That up to today, up to right now, we still have our leaders doing medical tourism. Why should the people in authority go to hospitals abroad for treatment? Yet, we have hospitals here. None of them stays here to be treated. They all go away. Is that not foreign exchange that is being wasted in actual fact? Talk about a lot of other things. Even our own basic tourism factors here in this country. How many of our leaders go to Ikogosi for tourism? How many of them go to Cross River State for tourism? What do you call that place?
Ubudu Ranch.
How many of them go to places like that, Yankari Game Reserves? You do not see them there, but they'll go to America, they'll go to France, they'll go to Italy,
go to the
Bahamas, they'll go to all these other countries to see what we have. What we have, that's what they have. Oh, even our own is even better than theirs. But our leaders, our people will not go. Yet, we still have always been creating Ministry of Tourism and all that. What are we doing with it? We need these things. These are the things, if we were to talk about what we have, reveal it to the world and encourage them to come by ourselves, our leaders, going there themselves. Others that come to visit them will come and see and get to inform their own people of the need to come in. But we don't have them. There is no wonderful hospital in Nigeria today that you can say, go here, everything is perfect for you. The economy. These are the little things we need to do to put them in order so as to save this foreign exchange, so as to help us lift the value of our money, the naira. How long would it take us to have all these things done? John?
Yeah, if you look at it again, just as a continuation of your train of thought, an average Nigerian family, has a very big load of overhead costs, simply because we do not have the amenities, we don't have the utilities, don't work. You have to actually power yourself if you must charge your phone and listen to news and do other things that at least that you are supposed to do at home, you have to depend on your own ability to power yourself. And power yourself means that you have to buy fuel and fuel a generator. You have to service the generator, you have to put oil, and over a period of a month, that is huge from your pocket. That is one side. Then look at education. Now, the public school system, the public education system has almost collapsed at the primary level. Now, almost every family has been forced to send their kids to private schools. And the private schools are also taking advantage of the situation to charge the kind of school fees that people wonder, sometimes you wonder. But people are managing to pay because you cannot keep your kids at home. Because they say if you think that education is expensive, then try ignorance. So people will do everything to do that.
Their children.
Now we don't have potable water. Potable water is stuff for the museums and for the archives. People hear, oh, the time was when you live in a house, you had potable water, the water board working everywhere.
Yes, I know that for sure, that there are people in Cairo and Nyanya areas of FCT, I'm not talking about outside the FCT, have not had potable water in the past.
What we are used to today,
1 year plus,
for those who can afford, is about borehole. It's about commercial water hawkers, the mirrors. So if you live in a place where you don't have access, you cannot access borehole, you have to depend on the mirrors, the water vendors to supply you. And currently, for you to get a food truck, it's about 500-600 naira, and you need it per day. Sometimes you even need it twice per day. And imagine you spending like about 1,000 naira only to get water for your house, you know, stuff for the services at home, just per day. Times it by a week, times it by 4 weeks of the month, times it per year. You know how much that goes. Now, if you have these services running,
just a minute, that is just when it is just normal.
Yes,
because right now you're talking about the celebration. You kill
you have to double it up.
Rams, kill rams, wash rams, clean rams, this and that. You cook a lot more than you used to. You need it more than once.
Exactly.
You need it more than once. So that means paying more money, double.
If you have a workable water board system where people can have access to portable drinking water, no matter where they live, whether they live in the urban areas, whether they live in the local areas, whether they live even in suburban areas, then you spend less on water. So their overhead will be, so the more that you'll be spending to get water, you will now channel that money to something else. If you have power, you don't have to have anything to do with your generator or to go and buy fuel at the filling stations or from the black marketers. You will just pay for the services and you will save that money and use that money for something else. If you have good public education system where the education is subsidized, you don't have to spend huge amount of money to go and pay for your wards in private schools that are charging very, very high. You also save that money and channel that money into something useful. Same thing with hospitals. If you have good health system in this country where you can go and spend less money because you have insurance and everything, then you also channel that money to something else and the quality of living will be good. But Nigerians struggle every day to take care of themselves in every aspect of their lives. So what else can government, what then is government doing for the people? What else is government doing for the people? So that is why we have all these problems. That's why we have, you look at people who are into business, people who are doing wedding, people who are doing like small businesses like hair, barbing salon, the female salon, everything. Look at how much they spend. Some of them are, as we speak now, I can tell you that in my own neighborhood where I live, that at least 6 small businesses have closed down. And the people who have been earning a living out of these businesses are going about being jobless as we speak now because of some of these problems. So these are some of the effects, the residual effects that bad economic policies we give to the people, and then it will now translate into insecurity. It will dovetail into insecurity. Because when people wake up in the morning and they cannot eat, if you say, come, let's go and do this thing, let's go and do this thing, they will follow it because they want to earn money.
I just heard that in an area in this country that the people had to attack their assembly members who came home during this period for celebration. They had to attack them because they didn't see any reason for which to welcome them. I pray we will not wait to that point where our people, assemblymen, whether National Assembly or State Assembly, and the people in government, the ministers and all, until people start attacking them, before they know that things are difficult for our people. We need to get to think about these things and what we'll do. Do the best you can to ensure, because security, this security we talk about, if these people do not find what to do any longer, is it not said that an idle mind is a devil's workshop? That's when they will start. And when it starts, it will be difficult for it to stop. And people will, the police will have less work to do when we don't have insecurity, you know. And these are, just as you said, it's a spiral effect. It goes on that way, from one to the other, or one to the other. If someone doesn't have work to do, staying at home, then he gets to think of something evil to do, and then it requires that he will be caught by the police, he'll be taken to court, he'll be put in jail. And which jail, which prison yard are you taking them to? Is it not the ones that is already highly overpopulated? So these are the things that we have as a problem. Thank God too that I heard that in this period that the judiciary is doing something, trying to see how they would reduce the number of inmates in our prisons. Do we call it correctional centers? And I find it difficult to call it correctional centers.
It's actually custodial centers.
Yes, because there is, I've not seen any correction that we are yet to.
The correction is the service, the Nigerian Correctional Service.
Yes.
But the prisons are custodial centers.
Custodial centers. We just pray that there will be an impact. These things that are happening will come together to create a better nation for us. I still believe that something better can come forth from this nation, even as we know. We're praying and hoping that by the time we have another celebration, the cost of RAM will not be 1 million. It will be something that will be brought down. Though I must say that there is one particular market, which I didn't mention earlier, one particular market that is a Kubo market, where the leader spoke well and encouraged the members not to let the price of these rams go so high. And they agreed with him and brought down the price, that the highest ram in that market was 800,000. And someone could go in there with 60,000 to come out with a good ram, you know, in Kubo. But the other areas, they were just having it high and high and high. May God bless them as they thought about Nigerians in all they do. Well, this is where we'll be thinking of concluding for the day. We've had it, and I thank you so much for being there. You would have sat there and listened to us and heard what we have discussed this day. That has to do with the economy as it affects the Sallah celebration and everything about our lives. Even afterwards, it will still continue. It doesn't end with the Sallah. It's still on. May the government hear this and do something to help our people. I pray that better things will begin now to happen in our nation. Special thanks to my guest today, my friend, my colleague, someone that is very special in every way, John Okoro. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here.
We'll keep sharing with you. So please oblige us whenever we call, because there's need to have us talk about these things. And
thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks so much. For all those with whom I have worked this day, the ones behind the scene that you will not see, I stand on their behalf. I am their face here to say thank you for watching and for being part of what has happened. We will keep praying that the economy be made better, because on the economy today, all we discuss is the things that will make our economy get better. Thank you so much.